You're tuned into your source for delicious recipes, helpful household hints, and clever tips that you can use every day. Call the show and offer up your own ideas. 920-885-4446. That's 920-885-4446. It's the Idea Exchange on AM 1430 WBEV. Here's your host, Brenda Murphy.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Local Dish with Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. Today is our June video version, and we are outside what we like to call our Karma deck behind the radio station, and we are going to be doing grilling again with Bill Lysis from Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. But I want to just remind everybody that you can watch and listen to us at dailydodge.com. You can just download that on your computer, your tablet, your smartphone. If you know of neighbors or friends who are complaining because they cannot get WBEV on the radio, we were having technical issues. We lost a transmitter, which is a really big problem, but we did find a new one. We just need to get it here and then get it installed. And hopefully WBEV will be back on the air maybe within the next 24 hours. I don't know if it'll be back yet today or not, but just maybe kind of keep tuning in, and if you bear with us and have patience while we get through this. I'm told that once we get that installed, we should be able to go another 20 or 30 years without any problems. Hopefully that is correct. If you have comments on today's show or questions about the things that Bill is grilling, you can certainly give us a call, 885-4446. John will take your call, and then he will let us know if you have a question pertaining to today's show and the things that Bill will be showcasing. You also have a chance to win an apron like this one right here again this month. All you have to do is submit your favorite grilling recipe. Now that could be a marinade, maybe it's a rub of some kind, maybe it's a way you grill vegetables, side dishes, fruits. I know last month was when Bill was here, he did some peaches that were just delicious. Maybe you have a good way to do dessert on the grill or pizza on the grill. Whatever your favorite grilling recipe is, send it in or call it in this next week. We will take your recipes until through the end of the July 4th week. So I will be gone next Thursday and Friday. So when we come back, I think that will be like Monday the 7th or 8th. I didn't check the date for sure, but we'll give you till the Monday after the 4th of July holiday to submit your favorite grilling recipes. We'll draw one, and then you will receive an apron courtesy of Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly and WBEV. Now, as you know, those of you who listen to me regularly know that I always like to start out the show with bizarre holidays. Today is Tapioca Day. Don't worry, we're not going to be cooking any tapioca on the grill. But tapioca is a starchy product, and it's made from the cassava tubers, which are native to Brazil and much of South America. You can get it as flour, meal, flakes, or pearls, and I think most of us are most familiar with the tapioca pearls because that is commonly used to make tapioca pudding and bubble teas. Now, tapioca can also be used as a thickener. Some of the benefits: it's free of common allergens. It's also cholesterol free. It has dietary fiber. It's easy to digest, and it's a great source of calcium, folate, iron, and manganese, and also low in sodium. The only drawback, unless you're trying to gain weight, is that if you need to gain weight, it supports that pretty quickly because 1 cup equals 544 calories and 135 carbs. So if you're trying to watch your weight, you don't want to eat a lot of tapioca. If you go to our website, dailydodge.com, and click on today's recipe tab, you'll be able to find today's web recipe, and I believe that is a rhubarb raspberry pie, which has 2.5 tablespoons of tapioca in it. So you can check that out at dailydodge.com. click on the recipe tab and check out today's recipe. You can also watch the video today at a later date if you can only watch part of it this morning and you want to catch the rest of it later, or if you want to tell others to watch it, just go to dailydodge.com and then click on the video tab. You'll find that at the top of the page in the bar with all of the different tabs. It's the video tab that you want to take a look at. It's also Paul Bunyan Day. Now, Paul Bunyan was a gigantic lumberjack of American folklore, and according to that folklore, Paul Bunyan and his blue ox Babe lived and traveled all across the country, and he's credited with many deeds, creating logging in the United States. He scooped out the Great Lakes to water his blue ox Babe. He cleared the entire state of North and South Dakota for farming. He trained ants to do logging work, and they were, of course, carpenter ants. And Babe's large footprints is supposed to have created Minnesota's 10,000 lakes. Now, the French Canadians were the ones believed to be the originators of Paul, but he became a huge American legend, and tales were passed from generation to generation. And it is we're going to have a lot of fun this morning because we are going to be doing a beach party theme. And Bill Lysis from Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly will be creating a lot of great seafood ideas for you. He'll be sharing what those will be coming up after the 10 o'clock news break. But I wanted to share a personal story about a beach party that my children experienced. I think my daughters were like 5 and 8 years old, and my brother was babysitting them. He had just graduated college, and so he helped me out a lot during those times when my kids were little. And he decided one day when he was babysitting that they would have a beach party. It was the middle of winter, so they cranked up the heat to like 80 degrees. He let them put on their swimming suits. They got beach towels and spread those out on the living room floor. When I asked my girls what they had, because I was trying to remember back that far, and in a text thread last night, they said they thought they had frozen pizzas, and we used to get, I know the Schwan man still comes around for deliveries. We would get the little ice cream cups with the hot fudge in there, so they remembered those. They also remembered beach music, like from the Beach Boys. The Bird is the Word. They remembered dancing around and laughing to that. And they put on the tune Wipeout. My brother laid down on the floor, and the girls got on his back and surfed on his back. So they had a lot of fun without a lot of expense, and it was a memory that was created and has lasted all these years. They still laugh and giggle and remember their fun beach party that they had with my brother Michael. We are going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to share some tabletop accessories and ideas for your own beach party. We'll be back after this. Show you some of the tabletop decorations. I just need to do McKinstry's bingo word of the day. It's time for the bingo word of the day, and today's word for June 28th is file cabinet. A file cabinet can help keep you organized. If you have today's word on your bingo card, record today's date under the word, and when you have a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal line or 4 corners filled in on your card, return it to McKinstry's Home Furnishings, 131 Front Street, Beaver Dam, for a chance to win a chair and ottoman valued at $1,200. Again, today's word of McKinstry's Home Furnishings bingo word of the day, file cabinet, for June 28th. And you've probably heard it said that a stitch in time saves 9. Call Daniel today at Ultimate Sewing Machine and Repair to schedule your yearly cleaning and maintenance. A well-maintained machine will relieve any tension and inspire you to sew right through the long days of summer. Daniel is celebrating 5 years in business. He's trained to work on all makes and models, and he provides top-quality service. Make the ultimate decision and call Ultimate Sewing Machine Repair in Fox Lake at 920-928-2858. It's so easy. And of course, if you want to take a break today, you can stop in at Walker's Family Restaurant. They have a soup and sandwich that they serve every day. You get 3 different soup choices. You can also stop in for breakfast anytime, day or night, at Walker's. And they have lots of great salads, wraps, and delicious items from their bakery case. So make it a point to stop at Walker's because you're going to find something for everyone on the menu. I'm going to start out with a simple table decoration. You can look around your house and find a wide mouth container. I didn't have a wide mouth glass bowl, but I did have a donut canister, an empty donut canister. You can get sand from the sandbox, or you can purchase sand from the store. And so I'm going to fill that up, and I'm going to add just a little bit, a small votive holder. And I'm going to put the candle in there right away too, and then just fill in with the sand around your glass or plastic container. Again, if you look around your home to find things, you can keep the expenses down, and the kids can maybe kind of go on a treasure hunt while you do that to find all of those things. Then you might have picked up seashells at the beach the last time you went on a family vacation. Or again, you can buy seashells at the craft store at various different places around town. And you just sort of lay those in there for a little bit of decoration, and you have a very easy centerpiece. Again, you could take a smaller item and just put some shells in there if you wanted. So look around your home first to find things that will work. And then another great place to go is the dollar store or Dollar General, where you can get a lot of great things for $1. What I did is picked up these plastic sand pails, and I have, I know we're going to be doing fish on the grill. I have rainbow goldfish in this bucket. In here, I've labeled the pretzels as fishing poles and anchors, and so you fill up a bucket with that. And then, of course, cheese balls. Those are beach balls. So if you have different colored pails and you have those sitting out on the table, you have a really fun way to present that. Each of these comes with the little shovel, so people can easily put those onto their plates. You can also get plastic cups to carry over whatever theme you're doing, our beach party theme here. And I just took glasses that were in my cupboard. I got some colored plastic silverware, again, at the dollar store, and just set those in so that people can take the silverware. And this is my pineapple princess, and this is very easy to do. You just get a pineapple from Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. What I did is painted with acrylic paints some of the leaves on top. Now, you could do all one color, or you could vary the color, and the kids would have fun with this. I found that I did a few at a time, and I used wax paper to kind of fill in once I did like a section around the bottom, let it dry, then took wax paper to kind of use as a guide so that I wouldn't keep getting those leaves painted the wrong color. But if you're doing it all the same color, it'll make it a lot easier. And then I just attached some goggles. You might have some kids' sunglasses laying around, and you've got a pineapple princess. Now, again, I just picked up a few little tubes of acrylic paint and applied those with a cheap sponge paintbrush so that you could easily toss the paintbrushes when you're done. So just a fun and a simple way to make some tabletop decorations. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with a few more food craft items after this. And right now I'd like to show you some food crafting ideas for a quick and easy beach party theme. First of all, you take a watermelon, cut it into slices, and what you're going to do is make a ship's wheel with just some craft sticks and a watermelon. So once I had cut the slice, then I cut just a little slice here in the watermelon so that I could stick the craft stick on top. This makes it easy for kids to eat watermelon. And if you laid these out with like on a larger plate with one more slice, you'd have a ship's wheel that makes the beach party theme kind of fun and keeps in keeping with that particular theme. So a very quick and easy way to present watermelon. Another fun idea is clam cookies. Now these are just vanilla wafers. You need a little bit of frosting and some blue food coloring, or you can use blue food gel. And so what you're going to do is take, whoa, almost lost them all. You take one cookie and put a little bit of the tinted frosting on the flat side of that cookie. You can get pearl decors at the craft stores. I thought I had some at home in my cake pop supplies, but they were too tiny to use in here. So I just went through a bag of colored M&Ms, patriotic M&Ms, found the white ones, and put one of those on there, and then you top it with another vanilla wafer cookie, and you've got little clam cookies that anyone of all ages can enjoy. And then the third food crafting idea that I'd like to show you, again, is very fun, very easy. You're just going to need some berry blue Jell-O. I also used the gummy Lifesavers and Teddy Grahams. I chose the rainbow colored grams just to kind of, again, give a little bit more color. And then you just need to find some of the parasols for drink accessories. Now, I found these way in the back corner of the liquor department at Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. And so you can get a package of these. You mix up the Jell-O according to package directions. And then you do need to wait. I think I had to wait about 45 minutes or so, chilled, before these were ready to put in. And then you just attach that little Teddy Graham into the gummy Lifesaver, open up the parasol, and you're just going to tuck that in like so. And the kids have a fun way to have a quick and easy dessert. You could also put out extra little bowls of either the gummy bears or the gummy Lifesavers. And again, with napkins and party plates, you can find a lot of fun ideas at the dollar store. Sometimes at the dollar Target bin at Target, you can pick up crafty ideas as well. So those are just a few ideas that you can use in your own beach party theme. And again, you could hook up a TV or a sheet with a video so that you could watch movies outdoor at night. You could do lots of other fun things, stringing some fishing net up along a wall or on the clothesline, and then just have the kids make seashells out of construction paper. There's a lot of different things that you can do to make your beach party, very fun. And coming up after our news break, we are going to be watching Bill Lices from Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly do a fun items on the grill. He's got, I think, 4 different recipes for us to take a look at and for me to be able to try. I love seafood. I know he's going to be doing some fish, some shrimp, and lobster. I have never cooked a lobster even in my own kitchen, so I don't know the first thing about cooking lobster on the grill, but he is going to teach us all of those tips and tricks. And remember, if you've got a fun idea for us, a fun recipe for summertime, you can submit that and get a chance to win our Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly and WBEV apron. All you have to do is call in during the show tomorrow, or you can email. You can send your recipe to ideaexchange@goodkarmabrands.com, and then I will share that on the air. We will feature that in an upcoming Idea Exchange issue, and we will put your name in a drawing for a chance to win one of the recipes. I know we've had 2 winners so far. We started this in May, and I believe Altine Hessebeck was our first winner, and Kathy Stensis was our winner last month. So it might be you this month. give us a call and share your recipe on the air with us tomorrow and all of next week. Now, there will not be an idea exchange on Thursday, and I'm going to be on vacation, or on Wednesday for 4th of July. We'll be doing holiday programming and music. And on Thursday and Friday, John Kraft will be taking over for me because I'm taking a couple days vacation. But you can still send in and call in those recipes, and then we will be pulling one name. And I'd like to see recipes that are your favorite summertime grilling idea, since we've done now 2 shows of grilling. So maybe you have a great marinade that works for all different kinds of foods. Maybe you have a great dessert that people wouldn't think about on a grill. Maybe it's fruit or vegetables or main dish. Give us a call and share that, or send it via email, or you can drop it off at the station as well. We are going to head back into John Kraft. We'll be back after the news with Local Dish with Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly.
Now back to Brenda and the Idea Exchange.
And now comes the fun portion of Local Dish with Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. I have Bill Lyses here with me today. Good morning, Bill. It's nice to see you back here again. And we're going to be doing another grilling segment, aren't we?
We are.
Now, this time, Bill has brought a gas grill. Last month, we did a charcoal grill. So maybe you could explain the differences between the two, if it's better to cook certain items on a gas versus a charcoal, or why people prefer one over the other.
I think people prefer the charcoal grill just because it gives it a little more smoke flavor. Mm-hmm. I prefer the gas grill for the convenience. It's a little cleaner. It's faster.
Sure.
To me, you know, you can control the heat a little better with the knobs versus a charcoal grill.
Right, because with a charcoal grill, you have to get it started. I haven't cooked on a charcoal grill in a long time. I prefer the gas grill just because it's easier for me. But I'm always afraid I'm going to blow myself up when I turn the gas on. So I'm a little nervous about that always. But with a charcoal grill, you have to kind of wait until the coals are just the right temperature.
The ash color, and I mean, it definitely gives it a better flavor, but there's a trick with the gas grill too. You can buy those metal boxes that you can put wood chips in.
Okay,
and
right.
Then that'll give your food some smoke. You know, then you don't have to light up the charcoal grill, but it'll still give it a good flavor. Mm-hmm.
And so today we are doing all seafood items. Give us maybe just a little overview of what you're going to be grilling and why you chose these items.
Well, I chose lobster because I really like lobster.
I do too.
Yeah, well, and shrimp because I really like shrimp.
Same here. And we had salmon last month, and I love salmon, so we're getting covered everywhere.
I chose a whole rainbow trout. I'm not a big trout eater or salmon eater, but if it's on the grill and it does get some smokiness, I like that a little better.
Okay.
And I thought it'd be neat to show people how to grill a whole fish.
Right, because there's probably fishermen out there who know how to prepare and get fish ready on the grill or in the oven or whatever. But for a lot of us, we probably do brats and burgers, maybe hot dogs, and that's about it. So it's great to see some of these new featured items so that everybody can learn from that and can maybe try this at home. You folks, you can try this at home after the video. You can watch it on dailydodge.com again, just so you can kind of go back and kind of get, again, a better clarification of what Bill is doing. So we have rainbow trout, and then what else are we doing?
Grilled lobster.
Yes, all right.
We're doing some grilled scallops also over a charred corn salad. And then what was the other? Shrimp kebabs.
Shrimp kebabs, and scallops, I think, aren't you doing
scallops, yes.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So those are the dishes that we're going to be featuring. Now, when you are grilling fish and seafood items, are there some tips that viewers should know about, like maybe some do's and don'ts, or things you want to make sure you do and things that you don't, that you want to stay away from?
I'd say the two important things would be to have a real, like a really hot grill, right around 400 degrees.
Okay.
If you can get a little higher, that's great. And then a clean grill. The grate's cleaned and oiled well.
Okay. And I think the trout, you said, I think will take about 18 minutes, right?
About 18 minutes.
Okay, so maybe I'll let you get started with that. You can tell
Okay.
us and explain what you're going to be doing.
Okay, I'm going to go over to the grill real quick
Okay,
and open it up.
and I should tell you that Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly has one of the best seafood cases and selection of anywhere in the county. So when you go to Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly, you can get things from the frozen case. You can also get fresh fish, fresh shrimp, and if you have any questions, everybody back in the meat department and in that area will be able to answer your questions as to how to prepare, what to put with it. So go ahead.
This trout actually just came in this morning.
So it is really
literally
fresh.
came in this morning. So I'm going to do the whole trout. I've already rinsed it, rinsed the inside real well, and then I'm going to stuff it with some oregano and thyme, some fresh oregano and thyme.
And that will give it just a little bit of added flavor, right?
It'll infuse it a little bit.
Okay.
And this is already, when you pick this up at the Piggly Wiggly, this is already really cleaned and ready to go.
So you can just, you sliced the fish, left the head and the tail on, and...
I didn't, actually, it comes just like
oh,
this,
it comes
ready
just
to
like
go.
that. Ready, okay.
Ready to go.
All right.
I'm going to try to...
And then Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly has a lot of great seasonings and spices. Again, you can ask at the meat counter for recommendations, whether it would be beef or pork or chicken or seafood. They can help you out with all of that. So now you've got some coarse salt and peppercorns. Is that right?
Fresh cracked pepper, yes.
Okay, all right. And this size rainbow trout, about how many servings would you say that would be for? 2, 3, 2, 1?
2 if you're me. 2 if you're me.
Okay.
You might get 3.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut some lemons
Okay.
to put inside of there also.
And I know lemon is oftentimes shown in fish recipes, and the citrusness, or is it the acidity of the lemon that works well with fish?
It's the acidity and the flavor.
Okay, so you have like about 3 slices packed into the inside, and so now is it ready to go?
It is. I just picked up this grill mat, and I'm going to grill the trout on the grill mat. You can also pick up one of those fish baskets and kind of clamp together. Makes it a little easier getting it off the grill, and the fish will stay together a little better.
All right, so we will get that set up. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more seafood grilling items after these messages.
Brenda and the Idea Exchange.
Thank you very much, John. It is 10:15, and we have rainbow trout on the grill. Can't wait to taste that. Bill stuffed it with some
Fresh oregano
and thyme
and lemons.
and lemon slices, and then a little bit of pepper seasoning. That is going to take about 8 minutes, and you used a wire mat, right?
It's not a wire, it's more like a silicone.
Oh, silicone mesh.
Grill mat.
Grill
they call
mat,
it.
okay. And that will help you be able to take the fish off the grill a lot easier, right?
Off of it, and it won't stick hopefully it won't stick at all.
Okay.
But not as much.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to the lobster, and you're going to do lobster with tarragon and garlic butter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've made the butter ahead of time with some, that's actually dried tarragon, some garlic, minced garlic, and salted butter. So I'll just put that in the microwave and heat it, melt it, and then I'll brush it on the lobster when it's done.
Okay, because that is the kind of like the final application.
Yes.
So you don't need to mix it together ahead of time. You just put it all in the dish and then microwave it. And
yes.
Okay. And then I guess when you said you were going to be cooking lobster, I was thinking a full lobster, with all
the
all the arms or legs or whatever they are. But you have just two pieces of lobster here.
Two lobster
and,
tails.
So tell us then how you prep that.
So this I got in the meat department at the Piggly Wiggly this morning. Also, this is in the freezer section, so I let it thaw out a little. And now I'm going to take the lobster tail, turn it over, and cut just straight down to split the lobster open to grill it.
Okay.
It grills a little faster. I think you can tell when it's done a little easier because it's going to start to pull away from the shell.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I do it.
So you need a good sharp knife for this, right?
So cut it right down the middle.
And as Bill said, that will allow the lobster meat to cook a little bit quicker and a little bit easier.
It's not cooperating.
And again, would you figure one lobster tail per person?
Yes.
If you're purchasing, right? Okay. And now I know you have the tarragon and the garlic and lemon, of course, again. Are there other seasonings or spices that pair well with lobster or, say, with seafoods?
Basil goes well with lobster. Fresh basil, fresh thyme. This isn't an herb or a seasoning, but vanilla goes really well with lobster. If you were to just do a regular butter, melt it, and put just a drop of vanilla in there, you wouldn't believe the
flavor.
The flavor. Oh, it pairs really well with lobster and with shrimp.
Okay, I never thought of that. I'll have to try that with shrimp the next time that I do that. Now, if we were to purchase lobster tail at Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly, can we ask the meat department to do the cutting for us, or does it just come packaged frozen like what you brought today?
It's already frozen.
It's already
there,
frozen.
So I'm not
Okay.
sure,
Okay. But that would be something that you could check at the meat department and ask them about. Boy, that is really, really tough lobster, isn't it?
Yeah,
you really need a sharp knife in order to be able
I
to.
have quite the right knife. I didn't want to
That's
have another one over there, but there.
Okay, so you don't have to cut it in half totally, but split it enough so that meat is going to hit the grill and be able to cook nice and easily. So,
and I like to split them too because it will give it a little more flavor.
Okay,
rather
sure.
than just to cook it, in the shell. It'll give it that little smokiness from the grill.
Okay, and then what have we got in here?
That's just kosher salt and some black pepper.
Okay, and is that what you'll sprinkle on next?
Yep.
And again, you probably don't need much, just to taste what your tastes are.
And I'll oil this before I put it on the grill a little bit.
A little bit of olive
with
oil?
some of that grill
Oh,
oil,
the
either
grill
the
oil,
canola
okay.
or the olive oil, before I put it on the grill.
Okay, and so we are just about ready for that. I guess other than just thawing the lobster and then cutting it in half, any other prep work that that you can think of? How's the rainbow trout looking?
Get ready to.
Yes.
I'm going to roll it over.
So about halfway through cooking time, you want to flip it, right?
I'm going to flip it.
Okay.
It's looking good. I can tell on the tail end of it that it's.
So because the tail is kind of more brown, you know that it's getting done?
It's getting a little brown, yeah. So I can tell it's ready to flip.
Okay. Now I know with salmon, when it flakes with a fork, you can tell it's done. Do you want to use a thermometer for checking, or can you just tell by looking?
This I'll be able to tell. Like maybe I can show you. Maybe I can get it on camera. I'll either put a fork in it or my tongue and kind of pull at it. It's going to pull away. And it's done.
And then it will be
flake.
done.
It'll flake.
Okay. All right. So keep in mind, as I said, Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly, their meat and seafood department is one of the finest around. We're going to take a quick break while Bill is working at the grill. We'll be back after these messages. And welcome back. It's 10:25. We are in the middle of our grilling seafood with Bill Lyses from Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. And during the last break, we had a question from someone who is watching on dailydodge.com, and they wanted to know, Bill, if you want to cook seafood on a gas grill as opposed to a charcoal grill, just because you have more control over the temperature. Is that correct?
That is correct. That's why I like the gas grill for seafood.
Oh.
because of the control of the heat, cleaning the grains.
There we go.
It works better.
Okay, all right. So I guess maybe if you are attempting seafood for the first time, a gas grill probably would be the way to go, unless you are a veteran charcoal griller. Maybe then you know all the tips and the tricks and just how hot to get things. But I know you said that temperature should be about 400 degrees, right, Bill?
Yes, I'm hovering about 350 right now. It says.
Okay. But you do want a hot grill in order to be able to cook that.
To start it.
To start it,
and
okay.
You can turn it down and cook it
Okay,
slowly.
and so that way you have a little bit more control. We want to show you how that rainbow trout is looking on the grill, and Bill's going to give just a few tips as to what to look for. So we'll see if we can move our cameras in so that you can take a closer look at that. And Bill, you can tell us some of the tricks and some of the tips to look for.
Okay. So what I saw before I flipped this rainbow trout, I saw it browning on the edge, so I kind of knew it was time to flip, and that's when I flipped it. I can also tell that these lobster tails are ready to flip too, because of it's changing color. It's getting that kind of the reddish color on the shell of it. So I'm going to flip those over.
It sure smells great. I can't wait to taste it.
And then the corn on here, I'm just charring that ahead of time to get a nice char on it for the salad that I'm going to be making after the break with the scallops.
And so corn on the grill, generally speaking, about on a gas grill, how long does corn take?
This is going to take 5-10 minutes. I took the husk off just because I wanted to get that nice char on it.
Sure, so that it for presentation purposes looks
Definitely.
great with the salad then, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you normally be cooking the fish, or if you're doing lobster, covered, right? For the most part, you want to do that
close
covered,
it
right?
covered, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we need to take another quick break. Then we will head to ABC News and local sports update. And we will be back with more of the local dish with Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly after the news break.
Now back to Brenda and the Idea Exchange.
John, you probably can't smell the great food that we are cooking out here, but the rainbow trout is finished.
Ooh.
It looks delicious. And for those who were watching on dailydodge.com, you were able to watch Bill as he took that off of the grill using that mesh mat. It worked really well, didn't it?
It did. It worked really well.
And slid right off and onto the plate. Now we have two more dishes yet that we are going to. Not we. I'm not doing it. I just feel like I'm doing helping you. I'm here for moral support and to be your taste tester. But we're going to do the shrimp kebabs next, and shrimp are one of my favorite. I would presume that you'd want to use jumbo shrimp when you're putting them on kebabs. Would that be right?
Yes, I actually got a 12-14 count.
Okay.
For people that don't know, that's 12 to 14 per pound. So the lower the number, the bigger the shrimp.
The bigger the shrimp,
basically.
okay. Mm-hmm. And with the kebabs, the skewers, do you use the wood bamboo skewers? Could you use metal skewers? What do you recommend?
You could use metal, you could use wood, either one. I picked these up at the grocery store this morning at Piggly Wiggly, and we sell them on the shelf. They sell this size and one a little thicker.
Okay, and those are a little bit longer too, aren't they? I think the thicker ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that would be if you'd be doing like vegetables or fruit and vegetables and the shrimp or something like that. You'd want a little bit longer one so you could stack all of that, right?
The advantage to the metal ones is you could just reuse them.
Sure. Okay. All right. So what do we need to do first for our shrimp kebabs?
So I cut up some red bell pepper, some red onion, and I'm going to do some cherry tomatoes and some button mushrooms on it.
Okay, all right.
So I'll just assemble them.
And is there any trick to which vegetables you want to put on first? Do you want the smaller ones in the middle, or how do you determine that?
I'm going to put an onion on first. I think it helps to hold it stays on there a little better, and it helps to hold the rest in the middle.
Okay.
A little better. And then I'll do a shrimp.
And then you get a lot of color in there too. Sometimes that's fun to play with, the different colors that make it, again, for presentation purposes, once you take it off the grill, you have a great looking skewer that you can just put onto the plate and then enjoy. So we have red onion, red bell peppers, button mushrooms, and
pear tomatoes, like a cherry tomato.
pear tomato, and I got you confused here, right? As to which comes
well, these
next.
shrimp are really big. Maybe I should have got those longer skewers. But I'm gonna make sure I get all the shrimp on.
Okay,
over the vegetables.
Because we'll all be all of my crew here will be fighting over over who gets the shrimp. But that is all set up onto the skewer. And then do you just use a little bit of olive oil, or what do you put on?
I'm gonna do salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then I will also drizzle it with a little olive oil. And that's ready to go.
All right. And about how long will do kebabs usually take?
Chicken or a beef are going to take longer than the shrimp.
Okay.
I'd say the shrimp 3 minutes.
3 minutes or
first
so?
side, 2 minutes on the second.
Okay. And you just you'll watch the shrimp to make sure that it turns a little bit more pink, darkens a little bit, gets the grill marks on it, right?
And then on the edge it'll turn a little bit. It'll turn opaque.
Okay.
You'll know it's
Well,
done.
we'll take a quick break, and we'll let you put those on the grill. And when we come back, we'll prepare the scallops with the salad. We'll be back after this. Time is 10:43. It's hard to believe that we are coming towards the end of the local dish with Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. Bill Lysis has been joining me. He has made rainbow trout that we stuffed with thyme and
Oregano.
Fresh oregano and fresh thyme with some lemon slices. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to taste that. And the next item that he showed us was how to do lobster on the grill. And the lobster comes frozen at Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. Their seafood department, as I mentioned, is tremendous. And if you have any questions about prepping, everybody back there is so helpful with whether it is meat or chicken or seafood. If you have questions, they will be able to answer those questions for you. So Bill did lobster on the grill. He took 2 lobster tail, cut those in half before placing on the grill, because that way the meat of the lobster can cook a little bit better and you just get a little bit more of that flavor. We right now have shrimp kebabs on the grill, and for your last presentation we're doing scallops, right?
We are.
Okay. What do we need to know about scallops?
For grilling, it's really important to pat these dry.
Okay.
So that they're dry. You don't want a lot of water on them.
Because they don't cook as well, or
they tend to stick a lot
Oh,
more
okay. All
to
right.
the grill. So I'll literally take them like this and do each one kind of individually.
So you want to get those nice and dry in order for them to cook up well. And these are nice sized scallops too. Now again, will we find this in the frozen food section, or are these in the fresh seafood section?
These are in the fresh section.
Fresh section, okay.
And I will pat these dry, and I will rub them with a little olive oil too for the sticking and some flavor, so they don't stick, and to give them some flavor.
All right. And I do also want to mention, the bowl, because you can't see as well. Got it. Okay, we'll leave that over here. Getting some technical direction. I can't read sign language yet very well. So we're seasoning the scallops. I did want to mention Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly has a great seafood sale that they do a few times a year. I always make sure that I go to it. Now that you've seen how you can prepare the trout, the lobster, the scallops, the shrimp, make sure that you're listening to WBEV and WXRO, because we always let you know when those truckload seafood sales come up. I know they had one during Lent or before Lent, and I know that they always have one before Christmas. I'm not sure if they've got one planned soon. I'll have to check with Daryl the next time I have him on the program. But that is a great event. You should mark your calendar for that, because you can get really great seafood. It's fresh off the truck. And again, now knowing how to prepare some of these, you'll be better able to tackle that at your own homes. The scallops with a corn, the grilled corn that Bill had done, and then it's a charred corn salad with a lemon vinaigrette. So the scallops and the salad will all go together, and you can serve that as a luncheon meal, or you can serve it on the side with any of the other seafood that we've presented today. So what's next, Bill?
I'm going to start the salad. So I have some sliced red onion in there, some arugula. I'm going to do some of these tomatoes that I used for the kebab. I'm going to cut the corn off of the cob, the charred corn, and then toss it with a lemon vinaigrette.
Okay. And we'll let you do that. We need to take one more quick break. And when we come back, we should have everything ready to plate and, best of all, ready to taste. We'll be back after this. And the time is 10:50, so we have just about 10 minutes left of today's program, The Local Dish with Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly. As you can see, the shrimp kebabs are off the grill, and some of that lobster meat Bill has pulled out of the shell, so we can try that. The corn salsa is just waiting for the scallops. And I had asked Bill if we could grill the watermelon slices, because I think that might be kind of a fun finish to our beach party here today. So I'm going to move this over right here, and he's working on the scallops. They look like they are almost done, almost ready. I do also want to remind everybody that with the 4th of July holiday coming up, I know we talked to Daryl this past Tuesday, and you can check out the liquor department for lots of great buys for your 4th of July party that you might be either attending or that you might be preparing and sharing with guests in your home, and lots of other great specials in their weekly ad, which runs, by the way, through next Wednesday. Normally the ads at Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly end on Monday, but this one started on Tuesday and will go through next Wednesday. And I believe the hours are 7 a.m. until 6 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep, 7 until 6. They'll be open on the holidays. So if there's something that you forgot as you're preparing for your friends or family, for your get-together on the holiday, you can always stop in there. Or maybe you're going to put together an impromptu picnic, you can go to the Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly deli department, and you can pick up that the cut fruit that they have packaged up all different ways, or a lot of the vegetables are all ready and set to go. So they make it very easy for any of your party needs, whether it be a beach party or a picnic, or if you're going to be attending a parade on the 4th of July. How are we doing here, Belle?
We're doing well. I just sprinkled a little pepper on a couple of them on the watermelon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've ever tried that, but it's really good. That, or a little bit of cayenne, and squeeze a lime.
Okay,
So
for a
have to try
different
that.
kind of flavor,
Oh,
right?
yes. A
All
lot of
right.
different fruits you can do that with.
All right, so we're going to grill up the watermelon that I showed you a little bit earlier. You could cut that into segments, put a craft stick or a popsicle stick in the bottom, in the rind portion, and then you lay that out on a plate so it looks like it's a ship's wheel. And we decided to grill those as well. So the salad's ready to go. Are the scallops just about ready?
The scallops are ready.
Okay.
You can plate that.
And you just want the scallops looking kind of nice and brown, is that right? How do you tell that the scallops are done?
They're about 2 minutes aside.
2
You
minutes.
don't want to overcook them.
Because then they'll get tough, right? All right. So we've got the corn. The corn was grilled, again, which that charred look gives it a little bit better presentation. And then with the greens and the pear-shaped tomatoes, and I think he chopped up a little bit of onion in there. with the lemon vinaigrette, which again sets off all of those great flavors and melds everything together. So we have put together a fun party theme for you, a seafood party theme from the grill. And by watching us today, hopefully you are able to take some of these ideas and try them out yourself. The lobster was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I thought that would be a lot more difficult. I think I could even try that without worrying that I would ruin it too much. And the fish, one of the tips that Bill said, you want to check the tail. You can kind of tell as that browns. With the lobster, you said that will kind of open up and pull away from the shell, right?
It'll start to pull away from the shell,
and then
yeah.
you know that it's ready or just about ready.
You can also pull on it, so if you pull on it, it comes out real easily, then it's ready to go.
That's another indicator. So, and then we've got the scallops. So we've got scallops, shrimp, lobster, and rainbow trout. And I don't know which one I want to try first. Do you have a favorite?
The lobster.
The lobster,
You should
yeah.
try that.
Before anybody else gets
Yeah.
out here. I think I made sure that I had a fork this time so that I was ready to try this. That is done to perfection. Really, really good. And again, we are looking for your favorite recipes for grilling. Maybe you have a marinade, maybe seasoning that you put together that you use for the grill. Maybe you have a good breakfast idea, maybe a good fruit or a vegetable, a way that you like to utilize the grill. Maybe it's meat or chicken or fish, seafood of some kind, or maybe it's a dessert or even pizza. There are so many ways that you can use a gas grill. And if you've got a good recipe that your family loves, we'd love to hear from you. You can call in during the program during the next week, and you can share your recipe with us. We will do a drawing on the Monday after the 4th of July. So I think that's July 8th, if I'm not mistaken. We'll draw up one winner, and they will receive an apron, just like the ones Bill and I are wearing. That's courtesy of Beaver Dam Piggly Wiggly and WBEV. And we hope that you'll tell your friends, take a look at all of the delicious dishes that we made today. You can watch the video again if you want to go back and check out some of the ways and the methods that Bill created these great dishes. And you can also call in and share your favorites or email me. The email address is ideaexchange@goodkarmabrands.com, and then we will feature your favorites coming up in the future. So we've got some great presentations here, and we hope you'll tell your friends and take a look at dailydodge.com. You can click on the video tab and watch any or all of the portions that we did today. Anything that you want to share wrapping up? Just kind of final thoughts?
Oh, really?
Well, thank you so much for coming here today, sharing all of these great ideas with us. It was wonderful weather out here. We're so glad that the weather was perfect. And we will be back next month and share some exciting new recipes for you then. John, we'll send it back to you. Before I do that, I want to thank all the team here for helping us get this all set up and get it out to all of you. And we'll send it back to you now, John.
All right. Thank you very much, Brenda.